Okay, I've listed 4 exercises up here: deadlifts, box squats, pen lay rows, and bench pin presses. And there's a commonality in all of these, and then we're going to go outside and talk about, and I'm going to demonstrate an exercise and show you what the differences are. But if you don't know what the differences are in these, then you need to find out, because it's very important in training athletes to try to get high-speed muscle contractions out of them. And that's the one commonality that all of these have, but the difference is how you perform the exercise. Okay, the deadlift is the first one I mentioned in the list there, and the name suggests the reason. You're starting from a dead stop. So there is no stretch shortening cycle. It takes it out completely. So when I come from a dead stop, everything is relaxed. And then what I do is I put tension into the bar and then rise up from a dead stop. What that means is that the body has to have a high-speed contraction and a higher speed contraction when the weight gets heavier. So the deadlift is really important for explosive starts. So all of these exercises have that in common. Typically when I'm doing a squat, if I'm doing a back squat or a safety bar squat, I unrack the bar, I step back, I come down to here as low as depending on what range of motion, and then I drive up from that position. So the minute I take the bar off the rack, my muscles are firing. In a box squat, what happens is, if I had a safety bar, I sit down and I completely unweight. So very similar to the deadlift and the pen lay row that I just went through. Now I come from a complete dead stop and drive up. Come down, and I see people doing box squats, and they do them like this. They come down, and they kind of rock, and they come back up, which defeats the purpose. So what you want to do is you want to come down, come to a complete stop. Just be careful of lower back integrity. Make sure that you keep that spine in a good position, and then drive up. Very similar to the deadlift. Okay, so this is the pen lay row. This is the second one in the list that I said. Now, pen lay row starts from a dead stop. So if you want to use a dumbbell or a barbell, you can use either one. But the real key is a normal dumbbell row looks like this. I'm just pulling through here. The pen lay row starts from the floor, and I start from a dead stop, and it's like pulling a chainsaw. And then I pull. And then I pull, and I put it down between each one. So I'm starting from a relaxed position and having a high-speed muscle contraction in my lats and all the muscles that are necessary to pull. Okay, so this is the 4th exercise that I listed on the board, and this is called a bench pin press. And the idea is to be completely unweighted, where normally in a normal bench press, I'm here with the bar, I come down to my chest, I push up. I'm loaded throughout the whole range of motion. In a pin press, it looks like this. I'm here with the bar, but then I unweight. Boom, push up, unweight. When there's weight on the bar, I have to have a high-speed muscle contraction in order to come out of the hole and push. So it's a great way to improve the ability to have a contraction in the low point on your bench press. It's the same thing, and for athletes, this is really important, because you need that high-speed contraction for a vertical jump. You need it for a pulling in wrestling, all of these sports.